Let's ultrasound! On today's edition of General Ultrasound, we're diving into the Scanning Mistakes Gallery. On today's episode, Aorta Mistake number 7. Mistake number 7 when imaging the aorta are colored Doppler woes. And the first thing we need to ask is, angle or not to angle? That is the question. On the far left image, it's a grayscale image. So you want to heel toe the transducer. This means either push on the top of the transducer or the bottom of the transducer to make the aorta as horizontal or flat across the screen as possible. And you want to extend the aorta from one end of the image to the other. And this flat or horizontal aorta is going to increase your resolution. And this is because your axial resolution is superior than your lateral resolution. So having it horizontally across the screen will ensure that you can see the walls of your aorta more clearly. In the middle image, we're using color Doppler. And for imaging the abdominal aorta, we're going to be using a curvilinear transducer, which means that our Doppler box is going to be curvilinear. If we have a horizontal vessel on the screen and your color box is 90 degrees perpendicular to that, let's think back to what we know about Doppler. At 90 degrees, the vessel and the colored Doppler box are perpendicular to each other. There's not going to be a Doppler shift, or you're going to get a tiny bit of Doppler shift. So your Doppler box is either going to have no signal at all, or you're going to have a very weak signal. Since you cannot steer your curvilinear colored Doppler box, you need to create an angle with the vessel itself. In the far right image, an angle is created by heel toeing the transducer. If you press on the heel side of the transducer, it's going to make the vessel more vertical on the screen, and this will result in a stronger color Doppler signal as you've created an angle. And Doppler loves angles. Continuing along with mistake number 7 when imaging the aorta on ultrasound. And this is known as color Doppler woes. So let's talk about all the ways to optimize color Doppler for the aorta. Number 1, you want to create an angle. This is heel toeing the transducer by pressing harder on the bottom portion of the transducer, which is the heel of your hand. And this is going to make the aorta vertical on the screen, and it'll create an angle with the vessel since the curvilinear box itself can't be steered. Number 2, what do you do if you need a stronger signal? Are you having trouble getting a good Doppler signal? If so, you can try decreasing the color Doppler frequency, and this is going to give you better penetration at deeper depths, which is going to improve your color sensitivity. Number 3, adjust your PRF or your scale control. You can increase the PRF to eliminate aliasing, and the aorta is usually happy right around 40 centimeters a second. If your PRF is too low, you'll get artifactual aliasing, which is all the multiple colors within your vessel. While if it's too high, above 40 centimeters per second, your aorta will not fill in with color signal. Next, you can adjust your color Doppler box size. And you want to optimize the size of the color Doppler box by ensuring that there's 1 finger width space above and below the vessel. And the width of your box should match the height. If the box is too small, you're going to lose Doppler information since part of the vessel will be outside the box. While if the box is too big, then you're going to lose color Doppler sensitivity. Continuing along with mistake number 7 when imaging the aorta, and this is color Doppler woes. So let's talk about some more optimization tips when using color Doppler to image the abdominal aorta. The next one is you want to center the color Doppler box. And you want to center this color Doppler box over the vessel from both top to bottom and also side to side. If it's not centered, then part of the vessel will be cut off outside of the box and you're going to lose important Doppler information. Next, you want to optimize your color Doppler gain, and you want to adjust the color Doppler gain until color signal is completely filling the vessel but not spilling outside the vessel walls. And often it's necessary to adjust the Doppler gain again after you adjust other Doppler controls, such as the PRF. And the last tip is what I like to think of as pseudothrombus. If an area of the vessel within the Doppler box is not filling in with color, this can appear as a pseudothrombus. You want to adjust adjust your angle, your Doppler settings, and or your box size or position to eliminate this artifactual non-filling of the vessel from your image so that you don't artifactually create pathology.